Paul Hammersley of Malden Overcoming Addiction will appear to discuss substance abuse issues in the city.
Yes, as this is a very timely and sad topic, but as I'm sure most of you are aware, opioid addiction is just running rampant through our country, our state, and our city. We are losing our young people and loved ones at an alarming rate. Families are being financially and emotionally crippled. Raising awareness of this crisis is key. Being able to bring it out into the open and speak about it in a way that it can be addressed and people can feel comforted and that they have a place to go to hear their concerns, and also to raise awareness at the state level is just critical. I am very proud tonight to welcome Paul Hammersley, a friend and also one of our own Malden folks who has, along with a number of other people, started a grassroots movement called Malden Overcoming Addiction. Mr. Hammersley is now president of that organization. He is here this evening to talk to us about what Malden Overcoming Addiction embraces, the initiatives that they see coming up in the future, and some upcoming events. Mr. Hammersley, welcome and thank you.
Thank you for your time. I'm Paul Hammersley, president of Malden Overcoming Addiction. I'm just going to start off with our mission statement, just so, I've talked to some of you, some of you guys know the work we do, where we're at, and others I haven't spoken to. So this is just an informational piece that I'm bringing to you guys to know that we're here, to know that you have us at your disposal for your residents. If anyone in your ward, or if you know somebody in the City of Malden who might need help, who might need to be guided to a resource of help, that we are here and we can help you with that. So if you were to contact us, we could help you with anything of the above in your ward. So I just wanted you to know that we are here, and I wasn't sure if everyone was aware of that. And our mission statement at Malden Overcoming Addiction is we seek to connect the community with addiction support, recovery services, remove the stigma of addiction, and fight to eliminate overdose fatalities. So I don't have to tell you what we're facing. I'm sure everyone understands the opioid crisis. We see it every day. I'm going to give you a couple of statistics, but that's ultimately not why I'm here. We're losing 5 people a day in Massachusetts, and that's a solid fact. It was 4, it's up to 5. There's a drug called fentanyl that has just come out, well, about 2 years. Now there's carfentanil, an elephant tranquilizer, and it hit Boston last week. So the prediction out of the governor's office as of about 10 days ago is we're going to lose 2,000 people this year alone. People are dying at an alarming rate. And I wish I didn't have to come here to speak on this, and I hope that Malden Overcoming Addiction in the future could work itself right out of the city. But it's important to me that we're here, and hopefully it's as important to you, and I'm here ultimately, and we're here at your disposal. So we're hoping to work with you, with the residents. And there's 3 things that we've done. We've been here about 14 months, and some people don't know that. So we started an awareness campaign. We were just in the city doing events, letting people know we were here, and the way we're doing it is threefold. It's awareness, it's prevention, and it's education. Those are the 3 things that is very important for the city. And so the awareness phase, we feel we've already done it full steam ahead. We're out there, we're doing events. Everybody knows we're here. Last year we had a stigma day. We were in all the schools. It was a very big day. We reached over 200,000 people across the country. We've had a couple of vigils. We've had a Malden Overcomes Day at Lincoln Commons. In multiple other events. I can't even think of them all. So the one thing we're trying to do right now is we're trying to implement something where people can get help. And I'm working with Chief Finn, the fire department. So we're coming up with something called, and this is potential. This isn't like locked in, but we're talking. And we're trying to get something called a safe house. And a safe house is where people can go turn themselves in that want help. If they're looking for help, they can go into any firehouse. And Malden Overcoming Addiction has 5 recovery coaches. I don't know if everybody knows what a recovery coach is, but we got educated, we went to Worcester State College, we took the course. And a recovery coach is a guide to treatment. It's a person that meets people where they're at. You meet weekly, you talk to that person, and you're just a guide for that person for another way out. That's all you are. You're just a guide, and you're also you're a resource to treatment. So if that person wants treatment, you're the one that makes the calls, you're the one that does the work. Because everyone knows, I don't know if everybody knows, but to try to get treatment, it's very hard to navigate right now. There's a lot of people being turned away. So that's what we're here to do. So we're trying to implement this program where people can turn themselves in, and then the fire department could initially just call a recovery coach to come down, and now you're that resource, and we're trying to kind of hook in a ride with that, whether it's Cataldo Ambulance or someone else, where if that person's willing to go, we can take that person right to a treatment facility in under 24 hours. So there's a bunch of logistics that have to be worked out, but that's what we're working towards now for the prevention piece. And what else came with that, as we discussed it, there's 168 hours in a week. We only have 5 recovery coaches. So it really wasn't going to work out because between the 5 of us, we have to be available 7 days. That's a lot of hours. That means each recovery coach would have to give up 30 or 40 hours a week. So technically, we need about 20 recovery coaches, and it was $600 a coach to go to get the schooling. And I was talking to Mr. Finn, and I've also met with the Everett Opioid Task Force. And Everett was on board. They put up $6,000. Half the cost for the 20 coaches. They put up for 10, and Chief Finn just informed me that he got the grant for the rest of the money, the other $6,000. So now we have the money in the kitty. So now I'm going to start screening people who want to be a recovery coach to potentially get this program off the ground. It's something we're talking about. It's something we're trying to do for the prevention piece. And I'm here just to let you guys know what we're doing. A lot of you don't know that we're here and doing this stuff. And so the second piece, as of yesterday, we've worked really hard, and we're really proud to say that we got our nonprofit status. As of yesterday, it was accepted, it came in, we are now a nonprofit corporation. So now, between the funding and things we can do and people we can help, the door just opened up very wide for Malden Overcoming Addiction and the help that we can bring in the community. Between grant money, funding, and then trying to push for that education piece, maybe for the schools, because then the third piece is the kids, which I'm not going to get into, but we feel very strongly that something has to get into the schools at a low-grade level to arm the kids with some information before they get older. And then last week was a big one. So the need for a recovery center is absolutely huge. So if you guys look at the map, the closest one is in Jamaica Plain. Now, what a recovery center is, it's for people making the transition to come out of a detox or wherever it is they were, and they come back home. And once they get back home, in the whole North Shore, Melrose, Malden, Wakefield, Reading, Everett, Somerville, there's nothing here. The closest place is Jamaica Plain. So the average person isn't going to get on the T and go to the recovery center. So there was a meeting last week, Mayor Christensen, Chief Molis, myself, we went over to Somerville to the Massachusetts Organization of Addiction and Recovery and just listened to what they had to say on the importance of a recovery center in the North Shore. So my hope is someday that we can bring that to the North Shore, whether it's Malden or a surrounding community. That's my hope, that we can actually bring that here. And I don't mean a detox. I don't mean an actual detox. I mean a center where there's resources, there's meetings, there's clinicians on board. And again, I can't emphasize strongly enough, I don't mean a detox. So those are the core points that what we're up to right now. So there's a couple of events coming up that I want to make you aware of. One is called Generation Found. We're hosting it December 1st at the Jenkins Auditorium. And what Generation Found is, it's a movie. And it's a powerful story about one community coming together to ignite a youth addiction recovery revolution in their hometown. It's what one town did that was sick and tired of watching their kids die. Okay, and it takes an unprecedented and intimate look at how a system of treatment centers, sober high schools, alternative peer groups can exist in concert and intervene in early and provide a real and tested long-term alternative to the war on drugs. So that's what this movie is. It's about a recovery high school. It's about what the students did to take a stand to beat the opioid epidemic in their town. It's very emotional. It's very powerful. And Malden Overcoming Addiction, in cahoots with Revere. Revere and Malden have joined forces on this, and both cities are bringing it to the Jenkins Auditorium. It's free. And I cannot, emphasize enough that everyone, adult or kid, and I'd say the high school level is best. Teenagers should come see this film. There'll be resource tables. There'll be Narcan training. People can leave with Narcan. If you don't know what it is, come on down. We can explain that to you. Then the last event that we're doing, so this is one of the fun ones. It's New Year's Eve. And it's at Club 24. So a lot of people, when they're getting sober and trying to get into the recovery world, they don't know what to do, their birthday, the night before Thanksgiving. They might not know what to do on New Year's Eve. A lot of people make poor choices when they're newly in recovery on those nights. So we're doing something called Celebrate Sober. So you come on down, we'll have a DJ, we're going to have food, we're going to dance, and it's not just for people in recovery, it's for everybody. Everybody come on down, another free event. If you want to leave a donation, you can. It's a free event for the city. Anyone that wants to come by, kid-friendly, just come on out. Malden Overcoming Addiction is sponsoring this one by ourselves, just to have a night of just fun on New Year's Eve. No alcohol, no drugs, nothing. Just come on out and enjoy yourself. And a couple other things we're doing. We have a monthly show on MATV. Okay, so the next show is going to be December 12th. And what we have coming on December 12th is Cataldo Ambulance is going to come in, and they're going to do a Narcan training on a fake person on a table. We're going to show the world what Narcan is, how to use it on the table in a 30-minute segment on MATV. So we just strongly recommend that everyone arms themselves with Narcan. I believe that everyone in this room tonight either is directly affected by this disease or knows somebody, and it's getting worse. So, if you can tune in December 12th, that's MATV, Narcan training. Our website is MaldenOvercomingAddiction.com. Our Facebook is the place to go to find out everything Malden Overcoming Addiction, what we're doing in the city. It's just Malden Overcoming Addiction Facebook. And on Twitter, we are at Malden Overcomes. And at this time, I will take any questions if anyone has any. I just wanted to let the body know that we're here. We're here for you. I haven't got a chance to talk to everybody. And again, if anybody needs any assistance on this matter, please contact us.
Thank you. And Councillor, we have a few, Ms. Hammersley, we have a few lights here. Councillor Anderson.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. I want to commend Mr. Hammersley and the organization for what they have been doing and what they will be doing in the future with this very terrible situation with addiction. I had a chance to attend both the event that you had at Lincoln Common, bringing people in the community together, but I think more importantly, I went to the event that you had at the high school recently where you kind of telecast the names and faces, the pictures of all of these young people who have overdosed here in Malden over the last, I don't know what period of time it was, but what was so shocking to me is that the names that were flashed up there associated with these persons who have died from opioid addiction were names that are so familiar to Malden. I may not have known those young persons, but knew their families. So the names it indicated to me that that this situation has certainly touched all families here in the city of Malden and throughout the area. So whatever we can do to assist you in this regard, Paul, we certainly want to. And I just want to commend you for the work that you're doing.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Crowe.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you for coming and talking to us. And we've had this conversation a couple of times. In my day job, I work with teens at the YWCA, and we work with the city on on some of these particular issues. And Malden in this area does have a number of grants. You know, I can go through all the letters, but the MOPC, the SAPC, the JAG grant, the PFS grant, and a lot of those are looking at sort of policies and the you know, ways that we, you know, do systems. And I do think that, I think at the last meeting we had, that the PFS grant was talking about, and we really do need more boots on the ground and not just look at the policies. And I think the recovery coaches are really our best defense and our best way to actually get people and give them some options. So I congratulate you. I'm really glad that you know, got that grant. But I personally will commit to support any recovery coaches and get the people to training, because we need more than 5. We need a lot, even more than 20, to be able to, you know, to give people that individual attention that they're going to need to, you know, come out the other end in that support. So I commend all the work that you're doing, and
Thank you.
You know, and support you in any way I can.
Thank you, Councilor.
Councilor Di Maria.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, Mr. Hammersley, for coming out and champion such a wonderful, satisfying cause for such a need. I remember this past year we met in your office, and Senator Warren actually came and sat with us as a Malden community to talk about you know, the tragedies that we're experiencing. The one thing that I'm really interested in is this Generation Found. Have you created a flyer that, or
Oh,
is
yeah.
it, okay.
Oh, there's a Facebook event, there's flyers, I have flyers in the car.
Okay.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, okay, that would be great. So I can pull that up under your Facebook. or
Malden
something.
Overcoming Addiction Facebook,
Perfect.
you can share the event, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for what you
You're
do
welcome.
for Malden.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Di Maria. Councilor O'Malley.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm proud to say that Mr. Hammersley is a resident of Ward 4, so I'm very lucky to have him. And we are very grateful and lucky as a community to have great people like Paul and the members of Malden Overcoming Addiction and all the things they do for our community. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Councilor Matheson.
Thank you, Chair. Last year, we had passed a resolve. We had the police chief in and a group that was asking that Narcan be available with all first responders here in Malden. And I'm proud to say that we unanimously passed that resolve, and we did implement that, although I do believe the chief was already working on that. That being said, I'll just repeat what I said last year. You know, this is one of the greatest scourges of our community. It ends careers, it tears apart families, it ruins lives, and it kills people. The one question I had, and thank you for your presentation, are you doing something in a support capacity for the people who have lost a loved one, a child, a family member?
We have the vigils, and then anyone that has contacted us, you go to something called Learn to Cope. They're a great organization that can help family members that have lost someone, and even deeper than that, just families that are suffering. Learn to Cope is a great place to start.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you again.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Mr. Hammersley, thank you so much for coming in. And I guess I would just say, you've mentioned Narcan a number of times. I would assume that most people in the community in this day and age know what Narcan is. But I would say to anyone out there who lives with an active user, if you do not have Narcan, you need to have Narcan in your home. Do not be embarrassed to come down to one of these sessions and learn how to use it, because it is something that can save your child or your loved one. So thank you, and thank you, Mr. Hammersley, for coming.
Thank you all for your time.